Hey guys, good morning. It is Steph and it is a beautiful day. It's very warm. But I had a great question this morning from a good friend who wanted to know how we actually mapped out our trip. And I have to say, it's pretty daunting. We've been talking about doing this trip since February of this year. It's now well into August, and we tried a few times to kind of map it out. We have a big atlas upstairs on the wall. We tried putting pins on where, but it's so small that it's really hard to see. So, Jax is going to help us this morning. But what we decided to do was actually go to the good old atlas. We picked this one up at Barnes & Noble's. This is a full-size US and Canadian map. And when you open it up, this is the Canadian side, so on the US side, and it's upside down. Okay, so when you open this up, on this side, okay, here we go. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this very well, but so we're going to start off right down here. This is Lafayette on the map, Lafayette, Indiana. And what we did was we basically decided, okay, what do we definitely want to see? We just sat down with a notepad and a pen and just started brainstorming places that we knew that we wanted to go. And then we put those in a list. Okay, so then the next place that we went was Barnes & Noble's. We got this map. I also hit up my good State Farm agent friend. Here's a plug for her, Mindy Dino. If you guys need State Farm insurance, please talk to Mindy Dino. She's awesome at what she does. But she gave us a free atlas, a free road atlas, Rand McNally, which is a great atlas. And we just sat down and we said, okay, where are these places on the map? And we had to use Google Maps and kind of find, okay, what state is that in and where is it at? And then we could find it on here. Now, the next thing you're going to want is a highlighter. Now, I'm a little bit of a pen freak, and I found these on Amazon, and I will put the link because they're hard to find anywhere else. But they're called Frixion pens, and these are great pens because you can actually erase. Get this focused back in. If I decided to change routes, I could actually erase part of my route. See there? And it comes completely off, and then I can re-highlight it to change the route that I want to take. And if I decide to change it again, I can change it again, and it doesn't do anything to destroy my paper. It comes right off. So it's pretty cool to be able to do that. So I'll put the link down to Amazon. They're Frixion pens. They come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. So the next thing we did was we took a highlighter and then we put places on the map. Like initially we thought that the first night we would go to Wisconsin Dells and stay in the Dells. So we put, number 1, and we highlighted Wisconsin Dells. Then we highlighted, Mount Rushmore and Sioux Falls and the Badlands and all of that. And we went all the way everywhere that we wanted to go, and we highlighted that on the map. And then we just connected the dots. Then we just made our route. And we were looking at, since we are pulling a 22-foot travel trailer with the pickup, we don't want to go through high mountain passes with all the switchbacks and all of that, and tunnels and, potentially dangerous roads. We wanted to stay mostly on the highways. So that made it pretty easy to say, okay, here's a highway that connects these 2 points of interest. Now, you'll see over here, this area right here. Try to hold this up so that you can potentially see this a little bit better. Let me fold the map, fold it up a little bit so that you can see this. Where'd it go? Did I cover it up? I covered it up. So there's this little place kind of in the middle that there's no purple line. That's because we haven't really decided what direction we want to go. If we go straight, we're going to go through the mountains. If we go south, it'll be an easier road. But It's kind of 6 of one, half dozen of the other. It looks like it takes longer to go the other route. It's probably a more scenic route, but we are pulling that 22-foot travel trailer. We did have an accident earlier this year. I don't think either one of us really wants to take the risk. So we might go the safe route and just stay on the highway. So that's basically what we did. We just connected the dots and we made our route. Now, I don't know how Ryan did it. I haven't really fiddled with it that much, but if you go into Google Maps, you can actually save a new route, and you can actually drop pins in the stops that you want to make or the places that you want to see. You can make a little heart on it for a favorite, or you can drop a pin in the points of interest that you want to see. That's how we made the little map picture at the top of the Facebook page that we have. So if you guys are interested in learning more about that, I can have Ryan explain how he did that, do a video and explain that process. So that's basically how we've planned our route. We have only made 2 reservations, or actually 1 reservation. We have a reservation at Custer State Park on nights 2 and 3. It took me close to 2 hours to make that reservation. So we quickly decided that I don't want to be under a big time crunch and we have to rush here to get to here and rush here to get to there. I would rather take my time, and if I get to a place that we're comfortable and we want to stay somewhere, I don't want to feel like we are rushed to get to that next place. Now, we are meeting family in Canada, so that's the only other time restriction that we have. We have to be in Canada before the 17th. So, and then we have to be in Calgary on the 21st. So at some point in there, we're going to move to Banff. I don't know if we're going to stay in Banff or if we're going to go to Banff, if we're going to go to Calgary, drop off the relatives, and then go back to Banff and stay there for a couple of days. We're still trying to figure all that out. But, you know, again, this trip is less than a month away, and we're still trying to plan, and it's okay. I mean, people say that you have to plan this type of trip a year in advance. Yeah, you do if you want reservations. If you're on a time crunch and you need reservations, absolutely start planning immediately. I mean, even more than a year in advance, because you want to get those reservations made. But if you've got 30 days to spend like we do, and you're not in a hurry and you just want to take your time, this is an awesome way to do it too. So if you guys have any more questions about how we are planning the route, let me know. Oh, I will mention there are great apps out there. Road Trippers is a great app. We will probably use those while we are en route. Hopefully we will be able to have enough cell signal to find, you know, a place to stay while we're out there. But there's a lot of great resources while you're out on the road too if you don't have cell signal. So, and we'll probably talk more about that later as we get into this. We are learning as we go, and that is another great thing. Oh, one more word about why we have 2 maps, because I showed you this one, but I didn't talk very much about the atlas. So this is a great overview map, but this one's got the details. So we can actually open up to Wyoming and we can actually see a map of Yellowstone. So yeah, like here's a map of Yellowstone right here. So it's good to have the atlas because you get more details. It goes in closer. This overview map is just that. You're just gonna see your major highways. You're not gonna see your county roads and things like that. So that's why we have 2 of these. And when you're traveling out in that area and you're not sure you're gonna have cell signal, my goodness, you definitely want a good up-to-date atlas. Now, if your atlas is from the 70s, please go get a new one. Most State Farm agents do have those, or you can find them at Barnes and Nobles. Okay, guys, I'm going to go do some more prep work, and I'll probably talk about wardrobe later because that kind of became an issue for us. Talk to you later.